Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports. I'm joined by the head coach of the Alabama men's golf team, Seawell. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here again.
Coach, you're coming off a very good weekend, a fresh win at the Linger Longer Invitational. Your third time to win that one in a row. It's been a pretty good tournament down there for you, hasn't it?
It really has. You know, 3 wins in a row. Corey's won 3 times in a row, and so we really love it. It's a great atmosphere. We have host families, and so we don't have hotels. We actually sleep in beds and have home-cooked meals. And so I think after, you know, it was the 3rd week of a grind. You know, we go 3 weeks in a row. We were on the road 16 of 19 days. And so I think it's a perfect format for our guys who've been on the road a great deal to be in that type of setting. The hospitality and the golf course fits us, and so we've had a successful time there.
As we were talking earlier, you continue to get some national recognition. Golf Week named you their Team of the Week for the 2nd week in a row. Justin Thomas was their Player of the Week last week. Corey Whitsett was the player this week after coming off his individual title down there at the Linger Longer Invitational. Let's talk about getting those awards, and also Corey, what he's been able to do. Yeah,
anytime you get recognized, you know, in national publications, I think it's good for your program. You know, of course, it gives you notoriety and it gives exposure to our team and for our fans and for possible people who want to be part of Alabama golf. And so we're very thankful for the last couple of weeks we've had. Been very successful. I think we're starting to hit our stride. Corey especially really has played great all year. It's probably the best he's played since he's been at the University of Alabama. He's in a really good place mentally. Physically, he's always been talented. It's great to see his maturation process take him to where he is now. And I think it's I think by the end of the year, I think he can be the best player in the country. And so it's been fun to watch that. He loves that golf course, King of Linger Longer is what some people like to call it. So he's had a good run there.
Well, Coach, you know, this season kind of seemed like it's maybe having some similarities to last season. You kind of started out a little slow in the fall last season and really turned it on in the spring. Do you see any similarities from last year to this year?
I really do. Basically, it all stems from a meeting at the beginning of the year. You know, that's our players' time, and when we come together. And we really, what are we going to do? You know, we're going to play golf. We understand that. What are we truly going to do? How are we going to work? How is the process going to go? And what's our commitment? And our leadership was great last year in that. And so far, you know, in that meeting, that our leadership really stepped up, and our players stepped up and challenged themselves and each other and us as a staff to make sure that we didn't leave any stone unturned, that we truly dotted I's and crossed T's and really committed ourselves to the year. And so that is a result, just like last year. And so that part of it's been fun to see. It's fun to watch players take ownership in their team because it is their team. And so I think that's where the similarities are. Hopefully those similarities continue through the rest of the year.
It seems like you're playing your best golf kind of right now. It seems like you're starting to hit your stride. But what can this team kind of improve upon going down the final stretch?
Well, I think we can get more consistent. I think we can get better, more consistent in our preparation and in our play. And that really is just a mindset. I see we've turned that corner, but we can get better.
Right.
You know, we're very talented. I know that. We've got all Americans all over our team. But I think when we start getting that locked in mentally, week in and week out, day in and day out, hole in and hole out, shot in and shot out, I think that's when those are the things we can do to get better if we want to be truly, truly great.
Well, Coach, you're coming off a course that you know very well to a course you probably know not very much about at all, down at the Aggie Invitational in Bryan, Texas at the Traditions Club. What do you know about that course so far? And, you know, this is a kind of new territory for you.
It really is. You know, as a coach, familiarity always makes you comfortable. The unknown makes you uncomfortable. And so we're going to be a little uncomfortable this week because we don't, you know, I've had no personal experience at the golf course. And so we're going to have to just choose and pick some from other people's brains. A couple of our players have played it. We've asked questions. Our women's coach played the national championship there in 2011. So Mick and I have had a conversation or two about the golf course. And so we'll get there. It'll be really important on Friday to really be focused in on how the style of the golf course. And so we'll spend some extra time on Friday to really, truly take notes, try to understand, you know, the style of the golf course, how we should attack it, and what holes, the things we hear, oh, well, this is a danger area or whatever. And so all we know of are dangers. And so we hopefully we'll be able to find out what those are and to be able to be relaxed so that we can hit the ground running on Saturday morning.
Well, Coach, when you're one of the best men's golf teams in the country, and when you can lean on one of the best women's golf teams in the country for a little information, it's not a bad thing, is it?
It really is not. It's really not. You know, I think Mick Potter's the best golf coach in the country, men or women, and so it's been fun to pick his brain and look forward to maybe translating what he's taught me to our guys.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good luck this weekend down there in Texas. I know it'll be an exciting and new adventure for you down there.
It will be. It's a great field also, so thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Tune back into RollTide.com after this weekend. We'll have a full recap of the team's matches down there at the Aggie Invitational. For head coach Jay Seawell, I'm Christopher England, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.